Well, I think sportsmanship means that from a coaching standpoint, I want my players to go out there and compete at the highest level they possibly can, respecting their opponent and embracing the opportunities they have for competition. From my fans, I want the fans to support the team, give us some energy, give us some love, and you know, give us the best opportunity to play our best.
As a student athlete here at Penn State, I think sportsmanship is all about respect. Respecting your opponents, respecting the officials, the fans, even though we get some nasty fans on the road. But it's all about respect. Well, on the road, it gets pretty difficult, especially with what the opposing fans can say. So you got to keep your cool. You can't lash out back to them. It's all about composing yourself, because you're gonna want to lash out. You're gonna want to talk bad about them, but you have to respect them as an individual and as they're cheering on their team. So we have our fans and they have theirs. So you got to respect them. Absolutely. Respect for your opponents, it shows, we're role models. Student athletes are role models. And if we have bad attitudes on the court, there's going to be a little kid thinking, oh, I can do that too. And that's not what we want. We want them to look up to us. So I'm positive that our coach would want us to be very respectful to our opponents.
Thank you very much.
Boom.
To me, sportsmanship means loving the game and to respect the game, and also to respect your opponent, as well as showing the crowd and the people around you that you love the game. So that means, you know, even if you win or lose, you have to just say nods to your opponent, or, you know, don't be too cocky about winning. I think it's important to show that if you are confident about winning, that you're not cocky. I forget what team we were playing against, but I went back to serve, and the fans behind me were yelling, "Eat a sandwich," because I was so skinny. And it's important that, you know, you don't let that get to you when you're playing, but I just disregarded it, and I served and I played the game, and I forgot all about it.
Sportsmanship is just having respect for the people you play against and their fans. There's no sense, no fun playing against people that are not very good. And to see guys beat people and then rub it in and gloat and stomp over people, to me, bothers me. Bothers me when fans start screaming at people, you can't do this, can't do that, all kinds of stuff. I think sportsmanship is an appreciation, respect for the people you're playing against, whether it's the institution or whether it's the team. And you hope they play as well as they can play. Otherwise, you know, what's the sense of playing? If they go out there and they're sloppy and they're careless and the fans don't care. You know, we went down to Alabama last year, you know, you saw what kind of enthusiasm they had. And that to me is to be able to beat teams like that and walk off the field and pat them on the back and go home, and then you gloat a little bit in the locker room. but you know, you appreciate the other guy, and I think that's part of sportsmanship. Well, I don't know whether I talk much about sportsmanship except for the fact that, you know, hey, if you make a good tackle, just walk away. If you score a touchdown, I'd hand the ball to the official. So, you know, look properly. You know, and you know, if I catch a kid gloating or a guy starting to push and shove, we usually take him out of the game and say, hey, now look, that's not the way we do it here at Penn State. Penn State, you go out, you play as hard as you can play, and you hope that that's going to be good enough to win. And regardless of what, as long as you do your best and you have respect for the other guy, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. That's one of the reasons we don't have very fancy uniforms, as you might have noticed. We don't really, I hate to get into all those other things. I think it still comes down to the contest and preparing for the contest, preparing for the game. And I try to make sure during the week that our guys are prepared to go out and play as well as they can play and handle themselves in a way that all of us are proud to be. Say, hey, that's a Penn State. The branch campus at Penn State's at Reading, and one of our former tight ends who's still playing pro ball, John Gilmore, is going to be the commencement speaker. And the superintendent of the school system called me, wanted to know, you know, a little bit about him. I said, what you see is what you get. He's not going to be, you know, he's not going to get up there and show off. She says, well, I need a couple of jokes about him. I said, I don't know what jokes about him. He's been all business. He's worked hard. And he was a great kid to coach. And most of the guys we have, you know, they may come in, some of them hot shots, that think they're better than they really are, and don't respond much to the discipline and those kinds of things. But pretty soon they understand where everybody's coming from, whether it's in the weight room, whether in the locker room, whether it's their position coach, whether it's our fans. I mean, you know what it is, they understand, and most of our kids are good. And most of them, really, I can't complain. Sometimes they cut classes, like the rest of you. I gotta have everyone on their backs about that. But overall, it's been good. Well, I just don't, I mean, why boo the other guy for being enthusiastic about his team? I want our fans to, I don't want our fans booing anybody, I want them cheering us. And one of the great experiences I've ever had in coaching was we went out and played Nebraska. And they had a great football team, and we were struggling a little bit. And we went out there and we beat them. We upset them out there in Lincoln at their stadium. Packed house and a whole bit. And as we were walking off the field at the Nebraska Stadium, you got to go down the end and then you go across and you walk in among the stands, and there's a lot of fans on both sides. They're all Nebraska fans. And they were yelling, nice going, you guys played a great game, congratulations. It wasn't, you're a bunch of bums, you're lucky stiff, any of that kind of nonsense. I mean, you know, and that always impressed me that's, you know, what people have understood why they went to the game, they rooted for their team. They're proud of their team, proud of their tradition, proud of the way their kids handle themselves and a whole bit. And when somebody came into their backyard and beat them, they were really big about it. And that's where we're coming from.
Positive experience I had with sportsmanship was probably in high school. There was a kid for a team that was kind of disabled, and he was able to play like the last play, and everyone gave him like a sportsmanship. We let him get a carry, and we let him run for a touchdown. I mean, we were beating the team pretty good, but he was able to get a carry, and that like made his day. So that was pretty good sportsmanship there. I think mainly everyone tells you to play tough, always play tough, and have good character on and off the field. But it's within the confines of the game. You know, you gotta be respectful and just do everything the right way.
That's one thing we emphasize here at Penn State for the football team and everything like that. Joe, that's a real big thing for him. If you want to play and everything like that, you have to only be good, but you have to have sportsmanship, respect the opponent. You know, it's an honor that I got an award out of everybody that's on the team and stuff like that. You know, it shows, it reflects a lot of who I am and what Penn State is.
I think sportsmanship is important, especially here, just because being at Penn State, you kind of have a reputation to withhold. You know, we're known for being a real sportsman team with Joe Paterno and everything like that. So as a player, we just feel that, you know, we have to have good sportsmanship on and off the field to keep the Penn State tradition going. Yeah, you know, from your freshman year, you know, you kind of get brainwashed, sportsmanship, and it really does work, you know, on and off the field. If you look at us compared to other teams, you know, we really do have a lot of class.